Our next characteristic is response to stimulus. Now, what is response to stimulus? Response is the reaction to a change. Stimulus is known as a change. It is a change that occurs in the environment, and responding to that change is known as response to stimulus. Now, a best example for this is, if by mistake it happens that you touch a hot object, you immediately withdraw your hand from there. Okay, so you are reacting to the change that's been taking place in the environment. Okay, so the same way all the living organisms on the earth's surface, they react to the changes that are taking place around them, and this change that takes place, responding to it, is known as response to stimulus. The same way as organisms respond, plants also respond to the change. The example, you can see it in the slide, that a mimosa plant, which is also known as touch me not plant, it reacts to the change that takes place. If we try to touch the leaves of the mimosa plant, it shrinks. So it shows response to stimulus. The change that's been taking place, it's responding to that. The same way you can see the other picture which is shown, the man holding a pot on a gas which gets heated up after some time, and then he just withdraw his hand from the pot. So this is this change which takes place, or we react to the change that's been taking place, is known as response to stimulus. The next characteristic is reproduction, which is very well known to us. That is, all living organisms produce their own kind, is known as reproduction. Okay, all the living organism, may it be a small fly, a rat, a big organism like elephant or lion, everyone gives birth to its young ones. Okay, so this keeps the life going on the earth's surface. So all of them give birth to new babies. Okay, a chair or a table cannot give birth to a baby. They do not have that ability, as they are non-living things. Then we have the next characteristic of our, that is lifespan. Now, what is lifespan? That every living being live for a certain period of time. Okay, and then they die. So this cycle of birth and death is known as lifespan. Okay, and it's very unique in living being. Everyone does not have the same lifespan. Now, like in the picture, you can see every organism has a different lifespan. Okay, even in your textbook, there are certain organisms being discussed which have a particular lifespan. Some of them have a very short lifespan, and some of them may have a big lifespan. Then the next topic is species. That is one of the important aspect of life on earth, that it has a vast variety of plants and animals around us, and from a small bacteria, a tiny bacteria, to a big elephant or blue whale, we have diverse life present on earth's surface, and it is really interesting. So the biologists, they have tried to arrange all the organisms in a group according to their similarities and differences. Okay, so this kind of organism which are present on the earth's surface, they are known as species. So organisms belonging to same species, like we have those who have similar characteristics, like dogs, we find a variety of dogs around us, or a same they all are dogs, but they might be of different breeds, but all of them are called as species together. Okay, so thus all lions belong to one species and tigers to another. We cannot merge them together, or we cannot call a tiger as a lion or a lion as a tiger. Okay, and the last topic is, that is the differences between living beings and non-living things. Okay, so you all, whatever characters we have seen until now, we'll just discuss about some of the differences. That is the basic differences. Living things are made up of cell, and non-living things are made up of atoms. Living things can respire, non-living things do not. Living things can reproduce, non-living things do not. Living things have a certain lifespan, non-living things do not have. So this was all about the living things and non-living things. I hope all of you have understood this chapter. Now lastly, we are going to talk about a short, we can say a reminder, where we can just keep in mind how to keep in mind the 7 different characters of living beings. So here's a picture being shown of Mrs. Nurg. in which M stands for moving parts of the body, that is movement, R stands for reproduction, S stands for stimulus, that is responding and reacting, N stands for getting food, means nutrition, E stands for excretion, R stands for respiration, and G stands for growth. So this is a way you can just keep in mind the 7 life processes which are very important in living organism.